Yo, yo, yo. What it do? What it do? As soon as y'all pull up, hit me in the chat. Let me know y'all up. Y'all can hear me. I don't even know. Let me know if you can hear me. If it's clear, like. Pull up. Let me remove name. That's much better. Yeah. How y'all doing? What it do, y'all? What's going on? It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to statue. Shouldn't have left you. Yeah, without a dope beat to statue. What it do? What it do? Yo, I'm just trying to put everything together. Do a quick live. Say what's up to the fam. What it do? What it do? I bet. Everything nice and clear. So what's going on? A lot of people been asking a lot of questions. Figured I'd put it down and make sure you guys can understand how we do it. Got a few minutes. I figured go ahead and put down some game because there's a lot of situations where I see people thinking that they're making money out here and they're not. I'm telling you, these guys are not. There's really only one way to do it, and that's through integrity. But it is what it is. Y'all call it how y'all see it. Alright, good. Make sure everything good. Alright, nice. Make sure y'all hit the like button, even if you watch it from the bushes. I know a lot of times people be at work, they're not really able to hit the chat. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I know it's been a minute. So we've been last year, it was kind of quiet. I did the whole year without a live. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Let me take that. Forgot. Gotta fix this. The chat is only for subscribers that's been subscribing for a minute. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick. We chilling over here. This is good vibes. We ain't gonna be on for too long. There we go. Yo, so a lot of people have been asking me, how do we sustain it? And the best way to do so is through finance. What we've established is an international presence here in the Dominican Republic. I'm an actual broker, been in real estate since 2003. It's been good times. I've been licensed since 2005. Been in real estate for a lot of years. 18 years now. Well, technically it's 20 years. It's just I've been licensed for 18. So what you'll notice is that here in the Dominican Republic, there's not really a governing body. I mean, there kind of is a governing body, but it really isn't the same as it is in the States. So when you're dealing with someone who's claiming to be a real estate agent and a realtor, what you have to be careful of is the fact that most likely they really don't have an exclusive listing. And if they do, The issue is they're usually a middle person and they're gonna cost you more. So what I've done is I created a path where people can just pay what they know they're gonna actually pay. They pay me directly for my service one time. This way, I give them the big discount by connecting them directly with the owner. It's not rocket science, it really isn't. But unfortunately, to do so, you'd have to make sure that you ain't trying to mess up the actual seller or trying to get over on the buyer as well. Fortunately for the people that I deal with, they don't got to worry about all these extra people trying to get involved in the middle. And I make sure that they understand exactly how things is actually working, because a lot of times people don't even tell them the way that things actually work. So what ends up happening is you usually get overcharged for a property. So the easiest way. How you doing, Sunkist? How you doing? We're just going over a few information. A lot of people want to know how I made 100 grand last year here in the Dominican Republic, and it's not really rocket science. All I did is I actually created a path. So technically, I only helped I only helped about 100 people. So it was about 10 people a month. I mean, it wasn't steady like that where it's 10 every month. It'd be like 25 in one month, and then one month would be like five. And then one month would be like 30. It's really the biggest time is during the winter time. And then summertime was actually great this last year. It was very strange. It was kind of different because it wasn't the same. I'm changing the settings here just in case I'm wondering what's going on. Marwa, look at you. How's everything going with you? Let me make sure that's the real you. Your channel's doing fantastic. Salute to you, Marwa. I'm sitting here just going over a few things with the people. We made over 100 grand. I know you made that big money in your channel. Let's see. Oh, right. I saw that. It's fantastic. We're just growing here. You know what I'm saying? I actually saw that you built your mama house. Salute to you. Salute to you. No matter what anybody says about you, I think that's commendable. I think it's one of the best things I've ever seen. I salute you big time, bro. That right there, that right there is really what we do it for. And if I'm not mistaken, Mara actually, Mara actually had a different experience when he was here in the. If you want to share some of that with the chat, let them know. You know, because there's a lot of people that they don't understand that it's not all as it was cracked up to be. You know, a lot of people pretend that it's all sweet, and it's not really that way. There we go. Subscribers, custom, duration, 5 weeks. There you go. Nene, how you doing? Yeah, big mansion. Building a house for your neighbor. Okay. Nene, thank you. Salute. So I'm not gonna stick around for a long time, so y'all could just hang out. I'm just making sure that this is for the people that's been around for a minute. So I have a starting in about 5 minutes. I did 6:45. It's 6:45 meeting where everybody's pulling up in about 10 minutes. You know, it is. There's a lot of people who feel the same way as you, and who am I to make them feel any other way? Because at the end of the day, people's experience is people's experience. Sun Kiss, you already know. So just make sure. Ah. So just so everybody know, that's not the real Nora, but it's okay. We're still gonna let him rock out. We let all the trolls rock out. Yeah, I know. Too bad it gets dark so quickly. Nene, I appreciate you, girl. So let me make sure you got your mod stick, Nene. Now just we let the trolls live out here, you know what I mean? Oh, what? Nene, I was trying to make you. What the heck? Sorry, Nene, I unhid you. Don't you worry. I'm trying to give you a mod stick, Nene. There we go. Sorry, Nene. That's not Marwa, but we're just gonna call him Miss, Mr. Marwa. For sure. Please hit that like button. Nah, I got it. She's down. Nope. She got a mod stick now. Marwa. Please hit that like button. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna go over it. I'm just working on. I got an actual. It's okay though. Don't worry about it. You can still rock out. Don't you worry. You can still rock out. Do your thing, bro. No, it's not chill. I know, Marwin. Mr. Marwin. That's the name, Mr. Marwin. So let me see. I'm gonna adjust it so we can get a little bit of a better view. There you go. So at the end of the day, here's what we got. I just got a quick meeting. I do it through Facebook, so they'll be pulling up as well. Yeah, I had a Facebook meeting and part of a Facebook group. So appreciate you. Right now, it's 6:46, love. 6:46. Just waiting. They should be pulling up shortly because Love Angel, the meeting's about to start. Appreciate you, my love. Pulling up. 2:46. Where you at? Appreciate you, Love Angel. Just waiting for you to come out. You know what I'm saying? You definitely can enjoy the beautiful views as well. When I do the workshops, I have a condo here that has similar views. It's just on the other side though. So you can stay, you have the whole condo to yourself. But it's kind of hella expensive. Yes, it is. It's very expensive. It is. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's super expensive. I ain't gonna lie to you. Alright, California. Oof. Yo, Mara, what did you Google it? We gonna chill out. We gonna rock out. I'm serious. He must have Googled it. So a lot of them wanted to know. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over it real quick. You know. So how you been? In the meantime, 4:48. So you're in Central Time. Where you at specifically? Well, I mean, you don't got to tell me exactly, but like, what state? It's about it's about 80 degrees, 79 degrees. You know. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Let me know if y'all still can hear me. Y'all should be able to hear me, but I never be knowing. Y'all, if y'all could hear me, y'all rock out. We're having a good time. Just waiting for my peoples to pull up. Was y'all able to hear me the whole time? Yo, Bobby. So let me make sure y'all understand. It's very important. We're gonna have some guests here pulling up soon, and you know, I'm part of a group, and the reason why I'm giving back is because that group was instrumental in me making a bunch of money. They really helped out. Let me make sure y'all can see the moon. I mean, it's kind of cloudy. You should be able to see sunlight. There you go. Everybody pulling up. 70 degrees. Bobby in the building. Sun kiss. Okay. Oh, so y'all can still hear me. All right. Gains. Que lo que mío. So, what time is it? Oh, okay. 7:50. Yeah, they should be pulling up now. Now I'm gonna make sure everybody got their rents, but I gotta make sure y'all see what it is. Hold up, give me 1 second. Finish something real quick. All right, so like it's very important to understand that the Dominican Republic, I'm not for nothing, but these people are basically super duper rich. I'm talking about like like hectic rich. You see what I'm saying? Like the thing is that in a lot of these third world countries, what people don't realize is that's there's not really that many. You know what I mean? Oh, you had some green juice. So if I miss you in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I apologize, but I gotta make sure I gotta uh, I gotta make sure the people who I did this live for make sure they understand. You know what I'm saying? That they get QZ. Make sure. So what a lot of people don't realize is that at the end of the day, there's a lot of money. Oh, I got you. I got you. She want to join the chat. She's in the chat. Yeah, give me a second. Just put it for 2. I'll put it right now. But y'all need to make sure because this has to be. I don't really have a bunch of time, and I got to make sure that I do the live because everybody from the WhatsApp group and the Facebook group. It's a financial Facebook group. Everybody paid in to be there. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of us. So just give me a second. I'll fix that for you. So it's super important, and I'm talking about just so people can understand. In these countries, the best thing to do is you gotta have boots on the ground. So in the states, we call it in real estate we call it canvassing, right? Here it's a little more difficult to do if you really don't know the language because even if you do find the property, it's going to be difficult because you're going to have to actually communicate with the people. So the thing about it is that when you do communicate and you actually go to the property and you find an actual property, there'll be a sign. Usually it'll be put up by a lawyer. Now that doesn't mean they have an exclusive listing. What it means is that they have the ability to market. Since there isn't an MLS, there actually isn't a fixed MLS here. They're trying to create one, but there isn't one as of yet. So typically all real estate transactions is actually handled by a lawyer. So what people don't realize is that if there's somebody who's a real estate agent, they really will have to deal with the lawyer anyway because the lawyer is the one who handles the what we know as is the title, right? And the title company back home is what normally handles and making sure there's clear title and give you an insurance on that title. Here, that title search is called a dislende. You really have to make sure that that is done by an actual reputable lawyer. Why is that? It's simply because that here there is so many issues when it comes to the surveys of the land, who owns what property, where it begins, where it ends. Typically here, a property gets left down, but it gets left to multiple people. So what happens is that you'll see a building, it'll look like it's a single family home, but truly it's actually split up into maybe 6 different apartments. This is something important for people to understand. So what ends up happening is that you might have like 8 or 9 different actual owners of a property, and they all have they all have the right to the property. So what happens is that most people don't end up realizing that. Now, you can end up you can end up actually putting in money down and thinking, yo, everything's gonna be copacetic. And next thing you know, like 8 people, four children, 2 brothers, you know, and like 2 ex-wives, all gonna lay claim to the same property. So this is where it becomes a big, huge issue. And then what ends up happening is that you're gonna have a fight on your hand. And here's the issue: you're not gonna be able to get the title. So this is what's so crazy about that. So what ended up happening was is last year I focused the entire year on literally doing the canvassing. So that's where I made my money. I made my money by doing all the canvassing. Now, what ends up happening is that most folks when they come, even if you're here for like a month or two, you still don't have enough time to truly do any canvassing. You have to actually know the whole land itself. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys. I'm gonna let the chat. I'm gonna open up the chat a little bit. So for everyone from my Facebook group, from the Facebook group, what what you have to what you have to understand is the reason why it was easy for me to make that money is because I've been here since 2015. It's now 2023, right? So we're talking literally 8 years straight. Now, I'm talking about all day. I know it every single nook and cranny of the areas in which I reside in. Now, I don't know the entire DR, and to be honest, me specifically, I kind of focus for Santo Domingo, the tourist area of Punta Cana, and then of course Santiago. You can even go into some other smaller areas like La Vega, but there's a great area that a an associate of mine, really good guy, actually lives in a place called San Cristobal, right? So now the reason why I stick to the capital or Santiago specifically and Punta Cana is because of the infrastructure. Not so much Punta Cana. Punta Cana is more of a let's just say a tourist area, and it's really for the resorts. Now, what you got to understand though, and this is very important, is that at the end of the day, you can't afford what is considered the rich area here. I can't afford it. Most of the people that I know that are trying to invest and trying to invest with what they would consider a good deal, the area of La Romana, excuse me, is the area where you can't really invest in because the places you're talking $20 million homes, $10 million homes, minimum $1 million homes. So, because of that, it's not exactly as cut and dry as one would think as far as being able to put some money down in that area. And plus, it's an exclusive area. It's really kind of like the Palm Beach of the Dominican Republic. So, what you have to realize is that there really isn't good deals to be had over there because that's really for the top 1%. That's where Tiger Woods owns a home. That's where the Vin Diesel owns a home. Michael Jordan owns the home there. Sammy Sosa. This is like that top 1%. Okay, so where you really want to actually look at is in the place like of Santo Domingo, Santiago. There are great deals to be had, but you got to know where to look, and you have to have the ability and be liquid enough to make a move on the property. So, depending on the investment that you're looking for, will actually depend on where you can actually purchase the property. So, now the good thing about the Dominican Republic is as long as you keep your expectation in check, there's still amazing deals to be had. You still can build a home for $10,000, but understand the type of home that you're going to be building is the exact similar home of what would be considered a tiny home back in the States. The difference is you'd be building it with concrete and you'd be having a small tract of land. You understand you're not going to be owning a huge chunk of land, but you could have what is called an escape route. So this is the reason what it is. And oh, sorry about that. Let me go ahead and let me let the chat free. Let me give the chat. Let me let you guys have the chat. I'll open up the chat for you guys. So at the end of the day, what ends up happening is once a person once a person is aware that they understand you have to be realistic. So if you have $100,000, you can build a beautiful 1,500 to 2,000 square foot home. The issue is depending on the current cost of materials, specifically the concrete. Really, that's where you're going to be dealing with a little bit of a fluctuation in price. Now, depending on where you actually shop, will depend on where you'll be able to get that concrete. Now, if you know where to go, if you get a good deal, if you purchase it all at once, you could really make it work. I know people who have been able to build a 2,000 square foot with $100,000. Now, understand, you're not going to be having all the bells and whistles that you would back home, but you'd have everything that you need. You'd have the marble, countertops, the quartz countertops. If you'll have the large 16-inch tiles on the floor. So at the end of the day, you'll be able to have what you want. Now, if you double that to $200,000, or you triple that to 300,000, now what you can be building is a multi-unit. So this is what's so fantastic about building a multi-unit is that you can purchase the land where you own the land outright, and you can sell a portion of it where you actually maintain control of the land. Specifically, think of what is similar in New York. They have something similar in those buildings, and it's called a co-op. So you can look up the co-op. Now here you have the ability to really write your own ticket. Again, it's based off of what your expectations are. So for me personally, it wasn't hard to make $100,000, but it isn't the typical way. So you're not going to be sitting there making $100,000 trying to be a realtor. A lot of people will think that you can purchase a property, build it on spec, and you can sell it. Well, that may be, but a lot of the properties sit for a while. So you got to have the ability, and you got to have the margin of income to be able to sit and not have to sell. That's what's super important. A lot of people don't have that margin. So let me see. I'm supposed to be getting, let's see here. So a lot of people don't have the margin to be able to actually, there you go, to be able to sit on the property and wait for an owner or a buyer to come along. So this is something super important, you know, at the end of the day. If you guys have any questions, my chat gang, appreciate you guys, chat family. Maybe make sure you can go ahead and put the question. You can put the question in the chat. LBC, I don't know if you're still here. I apologize. So getting back to it, what's important to understand is the way that I made the 100,000 was actually just servicing people looking for land and literally doing the canvassing for them. So they paid me a fee up front. It was anywhere between $1,000, 2,500, 5,000, depending on the people specific needs. And this is important, right? The reality is that a lot of folks think that these are rich people, and they really aren't. The bulk majority of the folks who purchased property last year with me was actually minorities. Now, don't get it wrong. There was a large portion, maybe about 35%, was Caucasian, but the most of them were minorities. And most of them had under $50,000. This is the reason why they paid me the fee up front. See, there's a saying in real estate: you only pay for two things up front, right? A property appraisal and a property inspection. Here in the DR, you still got to do those things, but unfortunately, people don't have the time to be able to do the canvassing and finding the properties. Unfortunately, they usually kind of take whatever the first thing they see, and that's kind of like the worst thing you can possibly do. Hey, Shawanda, how you doing? So, what's important here is to understand that you guys, you guys have to, as we spoke about it in the Facebook group, right? You have to put together a realistic budget, and you have to understand that you're not going to have your dream home, but you can have your dream lifestyle. You understand, especially if your budget is under $100,000. So this is what's important. Now, there's a lot of people who have decided that they wanted to live more of a minimalist lifestyle. They want to get back to their roots. They want to live well. They want to have a healthy lifestyle. So, like Love Angel said, you know, she knows that there's a lot of good natural herbs, and that's a fact. And the herbs are everywhere. This is the reality. You know, what's important is that you've got to understand that this is a decision you have to make. And so, being that this is the beginning of the year, this is what's important. The reason why I have so many clients and the time I really didn't have the time last year is because most folks were trying to catch, well, let's say they were trying to make a move prior to the interest rates going up, because a lot of folks were taking loans back home and then taking that cash and purchasing property without having to worry about it. And see, that's the trick right there. So what it is Tony, how you doing, man? Long time. Coach Dude, how's the kids? Salute to you. So what we're going over, just if you guys are coming in right now, is we're going over the secret to how folks are actually making a lot. And it's not really that difficult. So here's what you got to understand. What you got to do is this: you literally have to pull the okey doke. You have to play the finance game. The rich have been doing it for centuries, since the beginning of time. You understand? Since the beginning of time, the rich have been doing it. And what's funny is that most folks don't ever have the opportunity to even make that happen for themselves. You understand? And this is what's important. You have the ability, if you have the credit back home, you have the ability to get a loan. And this is the great part about it: you can do a loan based off of equity if you own a property already. And you could take that equity out without having to sell your home. And then you can purchase a property that they can never take from you. Think about that. If you purchase out here, this is a republic. You can take that property, you could take that equity out of your property, and you can flip it into here, into a third world, or let's just say a it's really a developing country, right? So what's important is you've got the opportunity now while you're young, okay? And this is what a lot of people have done. While they're young, they've had the ability to use what credit that they have built up, and what they did is get themselves in a position to actually be successful outside of the United States. And here's what's crazy. So even if you don't have the credit, you can purchase a piece of property for $5,000 to $10,000. It won't be an acre. It will be what's considered like a quarter tract. But on that quarter tract, you can build a 1,500 square foot home. You see, once you acquire the property, now you actually have something to build on. And this is the great part about it is that because you'll be building with concrete, you can build it in your own time. You don't have to build it in 9 months. If you have $150,000, $200,000, you can build a property in less than 6 months. You can build a 6 unit apartment complex. You can build a 12 unit apartment complex if you have $250,000. And what's great is that if you decide to do something smaller, where you just want to do a homestead with your own property, where you have all the fruit trees, you have the avocado trees, the mango trees, you have the banana trees, you have the coconut trees, you have a garden full of all your actual fruits and your vegetables, you have all the actual, tropical fruits, you have all the herbs, you have the spices and this is a reality. And the great part is that while you are working, you're able to put aside $5 to $1,000. You send it here. You purchase your goods and services. Specifically, what you'll be doing is you'll be purchasing the concrete blocks and you'll be building it as is. But in the meantime, you can actually grow your garden. So this is like a 24-month plan. By the time that you've actually over the next 24 months put aside $1,000 per month, guess what? Guess what? That's $24,000. Now with that, you would have purchased all the things that you need, and I'm talking about your services to be servicing the land as well. So you'll actually have a full staff, right? Now, when you're ready, a lot of folks ready for retirement. By the time you're ready for retirement, you could have built 4, 5, 6 different projects. You see, and this is important. You understand? Like a lot of folks, a lot of folks don't understand that when you're making money, you know, hey, how you doing, Sasquatch? I'm glad you brought that up. When you're making money, you're not supposed to save the money. The rich do not save money. They are not sitting with liquid cash. So, for instance, if you made money the the the, the during the cryptocurrency boom, you should have not taken that money and purchased more crypto. You know what you should have did? You should have made the moves like what people in the actual Facebook finance and fund group did. You know what they did? They took that money and they built. They bought property and they built on that property. And now they own in the group owns over 1,200 properties as a whole together. Not now they don't own it together as a collective. They individually have purchased and built what individually will work for their own needs. But guess what? They don't have any mortgages. Not one person in the group has a mortgage on their property. They own it free and clear. 85% of the group, guess what? They already have gotten every dollar that they've spent back. 100% of the money that they put into it, they got it back. Why? Because the property has been rented out. They built a small a 6 unit subdivision. If you have, let's say, you have $100,000, you literally can build four what would be considered tiny homes, and that's on your property. That's on your property that you own. And that property can be paying you to live in the States in the meantime. What's real what's real and what's authentic is the fact that you don't have to take a big chunk out of it right at once. You have to realize that in the United States, as an American citizen, you have the number one opportunity to take those American dollars and make it work for you. If you're working from home, if you're a nurse, if you're working and you're driving Uber, we have over 40 folks who are literally self employed, but not with large companies. They drive for Uber. They drive for Postmates. What they decided was is that they decided to take the cash and instead of purchasing things that have zero value, they decided to invest in themselves, in their family's future. You can literally look at $100 and say, man, I can't do anything with that. I'll tell you this, yesterday I went shopping and I went shopping for dinner. And all I did was purchase some things to make dinner. Now, I purchased a few other things that I ran out of, but the reality is I purchased just dinner. And even here in the DR, it was about $80. Now, the groceries will last for a few dinners, But the reality is that same grocery bill back in the States would have been $160 easily between the meats and the spices. It's just the price are continually going up. And I don't know about y'all, but I know for the Facebook group, most folks are not seeing the actual, let's just say they're not seeing the equivalent raise in their salaries with their work. That's a fact. What about you guys in the chat? Have you guys gotten a 30% increase in your salary? Because there has been a 30% increase in the goods and the services and across the board, not just in the States, but mind you, this is across the board in the world. As a matter of fact, you know, here in the Dominican Republic, there a you were able to purchase, let's just say, a plantain. Okay, you were able to purchase a plantain 2 years ago, before we went on lockdown. The plantain was 10 pesos. That same plantain now is 25 pesos to 40 pesos, depending. So just think about it. You're talking pricing that's almost going to start reaching US prices. And the thing about it is that it isn't difficult to get out of there. It's not. You got to realize that you got to realize that the thing that's keeping you in the situation that you're in is the fact that you've been programmed. So most folks are so accustomed to just living in the States that they don't think about living outside of the States. This is the reason why I created the group. Now the group is closed. I will be creating a new group, but for my peeps in the chat, salute to y'all. I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to make sure that everybody was under the same understanding. You know, the services that I provide while I'm here is that I help folks to easily find property. I don't work as a middleman. They pay me directly. You know, if you want, you can enjoy. If you're enjoying the content, you can hit the cash app. Appreciate you guys. Now, honestly, that's why most people actually paid me as well. They paid me through Cash App. If they wanted to keep and get a 1099, or if they wanted it for taxes, I allowed them to pay me through Zelle. I'm a licensed real estate professional in the United States, so there isn't an issue as far as people got to worry about it. Oh, who are you telling, Mello? Like, then this is what people don't realize. Like, we used to get, and when she's saying $34, we used to pay about I used to pay maybe 1,500 pesos for groceries, and I'd come back with 4 or 5 bags of groceries, you know, like full. And I'm talking about that would be for at least 5 days of groceries. I just came back yesterday. Let me see. I'll upload it. Let me upload it. I'll upload it so you guys can see. And I just came back yesterday from just going and just buying a few items. We're talking a few items. Okay? We ain't talking we ain't talking about I went shopping. Like, nah. Look, let's see. Hopefully, nah, yeah, hopefully that'll get up in there. So, just a few items, nothing spectacular. Some oil, some olive oil, some coconut oil, I'm trying to see. I'm hoping the. All right, yeah. I'm gonna have to just do a photo of it then. Oh, you guys see it in the video that I posted. It literally was $90. This was the same thing that used to cost me $40, maybe $50 worth of groceries max. Was now $80. And again, we're not talking. We went balling out and buying T-bones and things like that. No, this wasn't even like no special nothing. There wasn't no shrimp, no lobster. You know, it was legit just normal groceries. Salute. How you doing, Philly? What's going on? Long time. Victoria, how you doing, hon? How's everything? So, Don Play, salute to you. So here's what we gotta understand. You gotta understand that every single moment that you're spending on YouTube, you've got to realize that that's a moment you don't get back. So this is important. What you got to remember is that unfortunately your entertainment can end up costing you your future. Just think about that. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I'm not here judging you. If you are in need, and you're trying to just unwind, just remember this. Every time you spend a $20 bill, that's 1,000 pesos here, right? So you go and you just literally, can you imagine? I remember, yo, chat, Zap Morrow, give him 300. So I remember when we were literally in a time in which you could go to like a fast food restaurant with $5, you know, and you could feed you and another person on that $5. That don't work no more. That don't work no more. You go to Chipotle, you go to McDonald's, and if you're gonna eat for two people, you're gonna break a 20. You might get some pennies back, depending on what you buy. You can't even go. Like, I don't even know. I remember I remember a time where Chili's they had the two for 20. Remember that? Remember those days with a Jackson? You was able to go and get two for 20, sit down, have two meals. You know, you both got a appetizer. You get an appetizer to split, two entrees, and a dessert to split. Two for 20. That's not the same anymore. So all you got to do is you just got to make sure and choose what part what part am I gonna play in my future. Now remember, Rachi, how you doing? Remember this. It's your fault. It's your fault because those 6 hours that you're spending entertaining yourself, you could be literally working on any project. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It will make money. This is a global economy now. You don't even need any sort of understanding of technology for you to make and have $1 million business online. Now, when I say $1 million, I mean million pesos, which is about 25 grand a month, but you can still do it. You could do it. You know, I appreciate having a good time as much as the next person, but I want to make sure that I'm very clear. The difference is I'm making money at the same time. You know, I love where I live. I love, you know what I'm saying, my family. I take care of my family. But this is something important. You gotta really understand this. You know, now at the end of the day, sometimes sometimes it's fun to just have a good time. And don't get it wrong. You know, I have a lot of friends. But you know why I got a lot of Dominican female friends? Because I got money to spend. All right? That's the truth. All right? No matter where you go, if you want to be around pretty girls, you gotta have money to spend. You understand? Even if you're a good looking guy like myself, you gotta have money to spend. Because people like to have a good time. And time is money. Time is money. Listen, I went. If you want to go to SB's, which is kind of like the fun hangout spot, you know, for the preppies here. It's at a mall called Blue Mall. This is would be considered any of the malls by where you guys live. If you think about if you think about the mall that would have like the Gucci stores, this is that mall. It has the Louis store. It has the Gucci store. It has it has it has a car dealership, right? So there's this little sitting area outside SB's. The food is good. It's not super expensive, but for here, it's super expensive. You know, like we're all accustomed back home to spending 150, $200, you know, on dinner. Now that's what it costs there to have, you know, a good dinner. I'm talking about, you know, with a couple people, you know, maybe two, three folk people with wine, you know, whatever you're drinking, eating, right? Bill's about going to be about $200. But here, that's 2,000 pesos. That's 10,000 pesos. Now let me put it in perspective. 10,000 pesos. A lot of folks are actually making that. That's a whole week's worth. That's a week's worth of work. Say about 9 days worth of work, maybe 10 days worth of work. You know, they're really making about 1,000 pesos a day, and that's if you've got a good job. You'd be surprised that the average Dominican, and this is when we're discussing everyone here in the Dominican Republic, right? So outside of the city is very different. Where I live in Santo Domingo is considered like the Manhattan, right? So if you're wherever you live, think of the downtown area, right? So just to make sure you know that everybody understands, you know, the average Dominican makes about 15,000 pesos a month. You know, that's about $300. Think about that, guys. This is the reason why right now, if you take advantage of it, you can decide to own property. You don't even have to speak Spanish. You don't even have to want to move here. You could literally just invest. The same, I mean, I'm I'm an 80s baby. I remember when Kia first came out and there was a company that now most people know it just as a company for washing machines, Daewoo. Okay? So Kia, when Kia came out, you could have bought a Kia for 6,500 brand new. A Daewoo was like $5,500 brand new. Just think about that. $5,500 brand new. $6,500 brand new. Y'all remember? Everybody here is old enough to remember when Kia came out. No matter how young you are, you was old enough to remember when Kia came out. A Kia right now is $25,000. That's for the small little the little Kia Soul or whatever it is. So guys, I'm gonna wrap it up like this. You already know what time it is. It's either you're gonna make some money or you're gonna spend some money. But if you don't make any money, you're still gonna spend some money. Just think about that. No matter what, you're gonna spend some money. So this is the reason why the people in the Facebook group, you know, salute to you guys. I told you we were gonna hit, we were gonna make all of us together. We were gonna hit that $1 million mark, and we did as a group. You know, now, of course, it's an 80-20 rule. 20% of the people in the group, made up 80% of that million. I threw, I made it, a good living as well. And at the end of the day, you got to remember, this is really your one life to live. And even if no matter what you believe in, you still only have this version of your life to live once. This version. No matter what you believe in, this specific version. So let's run it up. Let's run the money up. Let's do it. It's not a problem. You could do it. Bitcoin has Bitcoin. See what I'm saying? Exactly, Bitcoin. Just think about that, Bitcoin. Think about that. What we would consider just, the money that we're gonna spend just on the weekend, maybe going, some people like to go to the casino and they put something aside, a couple $100. This is the reason why people hit my Cash App. They hit my Cash App because when you hit my Cash App, you get my number and you're able to communicate with me. And when you have some questions, I have answers. And you don't got to worry about whether or not I'm giving you the information to try to make money off of you because you paid me for that information. It's the reason why the people in the Facebook group, the smallest amount I've ever accepted was from somebody who was working. They didn't have a lot, so I put them on a payment plan and let them give me only $1,000. But you got to remember that $1,000 you're paying up front so that you know for sure you don't got to worry about the person that's helping you if they've got an ulterior motive because you've paid them already. You see, this is the issue. Most folks, they do not play the game right. What they do is they're trying to come up, they're trying to get over on you. Looney Tunes, how you doing, boy? Here's what you got to remember. In the United States right now, if you are in minority, you are right now in position to either be one of two things: a statistic or an example for the next generation. And here's what you need to know. No matter what level of income you're at, you have the ability to succeed, because even if you're on, let's just say, government assistance, that means that you actually get cash from the government, and you can take that cash and you can invest that cash. Just think about that. Now, here's another thing that's going to blow your mind. Out of the people who, when I told you that the bulk majority of the people who made the moves last year was minorities, 75% of them were female. Because the black women, they get it. While the guys, while you guys are still sitting here trying to make them become submissive, they too busy becoming international property owners, international investors. While y'all are sitting here going to locations looking for impoverished women and taking advantage of their desperate economic situation, these women are over here finding their best life and living their best life. Just think about that. Just think about it. The bulk majority of the investors who make the move are black American women, successful, all property owners. They don't have, and they do not need a man. They make a strong living. This is important. You know, I remember I remember having a conversation with someone, and they asked me the same question. Hey, Bestie, how you doing? They asked me the same question. So when someone is asking about a tax lien, what they're really hoping for is that they're going to be able to purchase a property for basically what's left over in taxes. And what's fantastic about living or owning property in what is called a republic, this is called the Dominican Republic. It is a republic. In a republic, you actually don't pay taxes. Once you own a property, it's yours free and clear. Now, you do have to pay certain costs that's associated with maintaining your property. If you're tied into the city, of course, you're going to have to pay for electricity and things of that nature. But the reality is that there are tons of property, tons of land. There's tons of properties that still have like tin roofs and things of that nature. You can purchase that property for, you know, for and your, to use your words, a mediocre property. You can purchase a mediocre property for about 2 million pesos, which is about 50,000 US dollars, right? So you can do it a million. You can find something for 1 million pesos and less. And what's great is that you can actually own that property free and clear and have it rented out immediately, because there's only two classes of people. There's rich and people who are not rich. That's it. There ain't no in between. It's either you rich, and if you rich, you rich. Okay, I'll give you an example. Here in Santo Domingo, most of the property is actually listed in US dollars. Do you understand that? Not pesos, dollars. Dollars. Okay? If you're familiar with real estate, there's a company called Sotheby's. If you go ahead and Google Sotheby's, you'll realize that they only deal in what's considered luxury property. And there's a Sotheby's right here in town. Okay? But on the other end of that spectrum, there's also where you can purchase a multifamily unit, okay, where you can live on the top in the penthouse, have two people renting the other two units. Now, your property, you won't be living in it 24/7. It'll just be the place that you come. The same money that you're spending on a hotel when you come here. All right? Now, I wasn't supposed to go that long. So, salute to you guys. Appreciate you for pulling up. Okay. You guys in the chat, mad love. I definitely appreciate you guys, all of you guys. You know, I have a, I have a actual, I have a group within the Facebook group, and it's a bunch of women who are actually technically disabled, and these women you would think would have a problem because they are not, let's just say, you know, able in the same way others are able. But they didn't allow that to stop them, and they've actually created a small group together, and they went in together and built a 6-story 10-unit building. Just think about that. Not one of them made over $70,000 last year. All of them are what you would consider not even just regular working class people with disabilities. So no matter what, there's no excuse. The excuse is based off of you and whether or not you are going to make the decision to have a legacy or not. It's your decision, it's your choice. It's not for us to do, it's not for anybody else to do. I'll give you another example. In New York City, there's something called brownstones. That that style of building was built back, I believe, in the 20s. They're still standing to this day. Back then, you could have probably bought that brownstone for 20,000 US dollars. Now, again, that's a ton of money back then, because the average person was making basically maybe $100 a month, right? And that was in the city. So $20,000 is a lot. Was a lot of money. But that same brownstone now is worth $6-7 million. You guys, no matter where you are, you've seen this. No matter where you live, you've seen this. The problem is that because you're in the United States, the prices keep going up. Your income is not going up significantly to keep up in par with the price, the rising costs. The equity in your property and properties are going up for those who own property. But if you don't own a property, it can be daunting. Do you realize that most of the people who thought that they would have to figure out how they're going to be able to save, because you save $20,000, you can't buy anything anymore with $20,000. This is not the early 2000s. This is not the late 90s. Even if you have a $25,000, you can't buy a property with that. You need a minimum of like $50,000, and that's for a home that you have that's only worth $180,000, and that's only if you can find it. Okay, it ain't like that no more. It ain't like that no more. Listen, you guys have a decision to make, and it's whether or not you're going to continue living the same way you've been living, crossing your fingers and hoping some miracle is going to happen. Or you can decide that, you know what, you're going to do something different this year. You don't want to you don't want to purchase property, that's fine. The one thing you should be doing though is you should be owning your own business. I appreciate those people who figure, you know what? Even if I can't own a business where I'm making a ton of money, I'm gonna make a business where at least it's seasonal. Salute to all the people that do taxes. It's tax season coming up, right? A lot of people made a ton of money. Well, I wouldn't call it a ton of money, but they made enough money to purchase land and build a tiny home here just by doing taxes. Now, let's say you don't know how to do taxes. That's fine. Whatever it is that you know how to do, you know how to do. That's the funny part about it. No matter what it is that you know how to do, you know how to do it. So if you don't know how to monetize it, just holler at me. Just holler at me. Hit my Cash App. We'll have a conversation. I'll make sure that the next thing that you do is you make yourself profitable. No matter what you have as a goal, you can make it happen. No matter what it is that you feel that you're good at, you can make it profitable. I don't care if you like painting. I'll show you how you can actually turn that into a profitable business. You know how many people are making money on Fiverr by just painting? And you don't even have to be Picasso. Do you know that there are people who are making a ton of cash just by taking trash from a yard sale and listing it on Craigslist and eBay? You gotta just have the idea that you gotta understand that whatever idea you have, you can make it tangible. There isn't anything that's ever been built, anything that's ever been created. There isn't anything that's ever been invented. There isn't any business that's ever been incorporated that did not start in the, let's just say, in that other dimension. It was a thought process first. They had a dream, they had an idea. But then you just got to take those few steps. It's not difficult. You can do it. You just got to choose to do it, no matter what it is. I appreciate that, Philly, but I mean, I'm not really here to try to get people to do something that's a miracle. It's legit. For me, there's only two ways: finance and real estate. That's it. The finance is fantastic because you'll be able to flip that into real estate. The real estate is great, but you need the finance for the real estate. This is a global world. And I don't want to hear anything because you don't even need a website anymore. Instagram is your website. You don't even need any promotional materials because YouTube is your promotional material. You are on YouTube right now. Just think about that. You're on YouTube right now. Mr. Relentless, how you been? There's a guy that was in Kuwait, just like Mr. Relentless. They paid him an extra, a hazardous pay, I believe it was, for being in Kuwait. He just took the hazardous pay by itself and flipped that and purchased property here in the DR. Y'all can do it. Y'all don't need me. You don't need anybody. I'm just the person that if you need the person to go do the legwork for you, I'll happily do it. I charge. It's not cheap because I'm not cheap. I made $100,000 staying out of Sosua because I have integrity. I can't support certain lifestyle. You got to remember, people are watching you. People respect integrity. Just remember that. I'm doing very well, Mr. Relentless. I'm doing fantastic. While these people are sitting here playing around, I'm trying to help the folks get to the money. I have a Facebook group. They um they wanted me to do a quick live, go over a few things. I did that, so we're just hanging out. This is just my peoples now. I'm just having a little conversation with the squad, the chat family. Really appreciate y'all for all pulling up. You know, I want everybody, if you're really trying to get this money, yeah, put some dollar signs, put the money bag, whatever symbol that represents money to you, throw that in the chat because you got to make sure that you are putting that energy out there. You got to put that energy out there. Now, as far as the other type of content, I got y'all, but understand this: my lifestyle is different, so it won't be no creep crams. I'm sorry, I don't do creep camming. See what I'm saying? Like if you notice, I was at the grocery store. The reason why you didn't see a lot of people was because I don't record people without their consent or their knowledge. It's weird. I know you don't. If you don't like it, why would you do it to someone else, right? So the type of content that I create, the people have to be willing, and a lot of times, you know, the beautiful women that I'm involved with, I don't want to share. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But at the end of the day, I'm teasing. You know, I know the fellas. I know the fellas need. They need. They need. They need to. to be put on. You know what I mean? So I got y'all. Don't even worry about it. You feel me? But look, y'all gotta let me know. Mellow vibes. You're a moderator. I was trying to see. I couldn't find you. In case you're still here, I'm not sure if you're still here. But yeah. Now the thing is like, look, I ain't gonna lie, man. The females are really, yo, they beating you guys by a mile, man. Y'all guys are coming over here, messing around, wasting your money. These females are coming over here. You know what they doing? You know what they doing? They getting to the money, and then they finding themselves, some people to hang out with. You know what I mean? They getting themselves, like, yo, look, I made sure to keep myself and get myself in shape because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that no matter what, I'm always, let's just say, desirable to the ladies. But these ladies, man, they coming out here, you know what I'm saying? They hooking up with I'm talking about doctors and lawyers, you know what I mean? Getting married, you know what I mean, to the equivalent of their social status. I'm looking at the dudes, and the dudes are coming out here, and they sitting here trying to hook up with people who don't got nothing for them. I mean, it's just weird. Like, and don't get me wrong, it'd be different if what you're doing is you're leveling up the person, right? Let's say you got yourself involved with a female, and then that female is now, you boosting her up. She's now going, you paying to make sure she go to college, or go into a specific, grad school. You know what I mean? Let's say you're opening a business. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, opening a hair salon and a nail salon is great, but I mean they got 1,000 of those every. You could throw a rock and hit four of them. People have dreams. So if you're taking that person and you're leveling them up, all right, salute. But if you're sitting here just, you know what I'm saying, hopefully you got, I don't know, hopefully you got yourself an opportunity to where you can level up the person that you're dealing with. Because that's what I see the females are doing. They come over here, you know what they're doing? When they get with somebody, they get with a dude, that they're open a business right away. Some sort of business. Whatever it is that the person has as a dream, they make it come true because they have the ability to do so. You don't got to spend a lot of money to do so. You can open any business you want here for about $10,000, no matter what business it is. No matter what, any business you can start with 10 grand, and it'll be successful because you can monetize it online, and you can market online, and you don't have to pay a bunch of marketing fees and a bunch of marketing costs. It's a reality. But you got to think about that. You got to think outside the box. You got to understand that's where it is. Look, I can rock out with y'all all night. You rock with me, I'm gonna rock with y'all. It ain't nothing. I'm here. Oh, you already know I'm striving for greatness. Oh, you still here? Perfect. So you're gonna be back in Santo Domingo next month? Fantastic. Let me know. Let me know. We'll grab lunch. We'll go over some plans. If you have any plans, I'll see how I can help, things of that nature. We'll try to make it we'll try to make it pop off. However you need. Now, at the end of the day. Oh, you got a mod stick, please. Drop your channel. If you have a channel, you're more than welcome to drop your channel in the link. Please, everyone, subscribe to each other. Be supportive. You have to realize that each one teach one, but we all we got. Yeah, guess what? We all we need. I appreciate y'all. Really appreciate y'all walking in. So I got a drone. I'm gonna be throwing that in the sky. We're gonna go hang out. I'm gonna take y'all. We're gonna have some more content. But really, for the most time, when I'm going out, it's because I'm trying to. I have a transaction I'm taking care of. I'm looking for a piece of real estate. So, you know, if you guys want to ride with me, y'all ride with me. I'll show y'all how to get to this money. It's easy. It's not difficult. It really is easy, especially in this new global world that we're in. You know, and a lot of times, if you guys don't know, there's actually so many jobs now where they allow you to work from home. So you really can do this. You really can do this. As far as YouTube, if you guys don't have a YouTube channel, please just hit the create channel. It is important. You have no idea. Very soon, it's going to be next to impossible to get a YouTube channel monetized. Get it done right away. It's free money. YouTube is making billions on advertising dollars and they're sharing that. I'm talking about billions, not a year, not billions a month, not billions a week. They make billions every day. They just don't they don't report all of it, but it is what it is. They're even paying for shorts now. The YouTube shorts, those shorts that you watch for like 4 hours straight, for like an hour straight, how like that's how they're competing with TikTok. Okay? I had to scrub a dub my channel. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe to Mellow Vibes. So this is really where people gotta remember, man. This is the time for you to this is the time for you to really get to that next level. You know what I mean? This is the time for you to get to that next level. I know it's difficult because a lot of times you're looking at your YouTube channel and you're like, man, I want it to grow. Well, you just got to put more time into it, all right? You got to put more time into it. Right now, to be honest, where it's really kicking in at, okay, and this is important to understand, is the YouTube Shorts. So, Mellow Vibes, if you're wondering why your channel is not growing as fast as you'd like, it's because the algorithm has switched now. Okay, this is free game. Y'all gotta pick this up. All right, people will charge tons and tons and tons of bread for this. See what I'm saying? It's the YouTube Shorts. That's where it is because you can get a four, five. You can get 1 million views depending on the short that you hit. You feel me? Like you be traveling, so I know you. You just gotta whenever you're traveling, right? Here's what you do, Tiff. Uh, I want you to realize that whenever you travel and you see a pretty girl, okay, you say, "Hey, pretty girl, do you mind me taking a quick video? You are so pretty." She gonna be like, "Of course." You feel me? She gonna flip the hair, right? You take that pretty girl on that clip, you throw it on the short, you just say where you met her. You be like, met this pretty girl hanging out at the park in Williamsburg, Virginia, or wherever you're at. Don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't even matter. Wherever you're at, wherever you're at. And I guarantee you it's gonna go viral. Because most of what it is. And like, all right. So like with Mello, right? You got all the 4K footage, right? But the one thing you're not doing is you're not taking the shorts out of those 4K footages. You understand? You got to take some shorts and just keep uploading them, uploading them. It don't matter. It's free. It doesn't cost you nothing. Upload 1,000 of them. Who cares? Just upload because you never know which one is gonna take. That's the secret. You never know which one's gonna hit. And when it go viral, in the algorithm because it's the shorts that are going viral. The long form videos, those aren't going viral no more. You can forget it. It's not going viral. What's going viral are the shorts. Okay? Then all of a sudden, you're gonna see your subscribers are just gonna go through the roof. Chubbs, what it do, girl? Yeah, so yeah, I got mad busy. I was gonna call you, but I got mad busy. Sorry. But yeah, so the shorts is the secret. That's the secret right there. Plus, you got to realize that most folks are marketing on YouTube utilizing Google. Google has Google Ads. So most of the people, when you see them getting a lot of views, it's because they're actually paying YouTube. They're paying through the Google. They're advertising and promoting their video through the Google Ads. All of the music videos, all of them are marketing. Every single one of them. You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy too because you may be thinking like, yo, your content is fantastic. You know what I'm saying, Melo? Your content is great. And you got the vibes. You understand? You got the vibes, yo. You got the vibes. You just have to kind of like, you just kind of have to like shift with the new kind of way things are being done nowadays. That's it. Salute to you, Philly. You already know. You already know. I had to scrub my channel clean for a whole year. That's why I didn't go live for an entire year. I had to scrub it clean, stay, get out of that algorithm over there. You know what I mean? I got rid of all of them. You know what I mean? So like Chubbs, drop your channel if you're still in the building. Looney Tunes. So understand this. I'll show you. You know what it is? Mellow vibes. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set some time because it's gonna be in February. It depends on when you're in town in February. All right. When you're in town, we'll definitely shoot some content. You know what I mean? I gotta get better with this drone. I just got it. You know what I mean? So it's pretty awesome actually. It's pretty awesome when you're traveling because so many people love traveling. And right now it's so cold. Where is everybody? In the chat. If you have the ability. Okay, so you're gonna be here the 11th. I will probably still be here up until I don't know. It's up in the air. So you're gonna be here for a month. Okay. Well, when you first get here, I'll definitely have at least for sure. I'll be here for that week, that first week while you're here, for sure. Now, mellow vibes. Everybody's their own individual. I need you to understand that some people in this chat are certifiably insane. Okay. I love my insane family. All right. We all crazy. Like for me personally, you know, everybody knows who knows me from, back in during the pandemic time. As Philly, I whew, it's cooking. It was cooking. Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's fire. So we also just to know, you know, some of us are from different sectors, mellow vibes, right? I need you to understand, okay? In some of these sectors, we out here scrapping. You heard? We scrapping. You feel me? Like I'm talking about is beef, big beef. You gotta hold your own. You know what I mean? So, you might see me out in these YouTube streets, mellow vibes, and I might just, you be like, oh my gosh, what did he just say to that person? They earned it. Okay, we in the beef sector. Okay. Now, But I ain't really gonna be spending much more time over there because like I was just chilling for the end of the last year. You know what I mean? We was making a bunch of money. And at the end of the day, mellow vibes, you have the ability to do so. And oh yeah, that's right. You said you work virtually. You know what I'm saying? You work virtually. So, you definitely can build yourself an online presence and actually create and make this YouTube thing profitable for you. You know what I mean? I see you, and I'll tell you what. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and hit. Let me go ahead and share it. Let me share the panel. I'm gonna open up the panel because we're about making money. So it's 100,000 last year. There you go. You can hit the link. Go ahead, hit the link. Hit the link. Whoever wants to hit the link, you can hit the link. So with YouTube, because I see you, you really put in work. You really put in work. So I want everybody to know she has a great channel. Um, she's really intelligent. She even had her own podcast. I believe it was called the Feminine Waters Podcast, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. It's like last year sometime that I was in there. It was really like for the females, so I didn't really like. What I mean, it wasn't really like all of it my vibe, but it was definitely dope. She definitely, what I'm saying, had some real cool vibes. So I want to share with you how you can really tap in. You just gotta put yourself in position. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You already remember, yo, Philly, yo, I ran them off. I ran them all away. They all ran. That's what it was called, Mello. All right. Remember Philly? Oh man. And there's some new ones. Yo, there's some new ones, yo. Like, oh my god, these new ones. Oh, bro, I ain't even gonna call it. There's one. I ain't even gonna talk about it because I'm live right now. You see, Philly, you gonna get me sidetracked. Get out of here, Philly, with that. You got me all sidetracked. All right, I'm glad I got. I remember. I can't. I remember everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been on YouTube since 2006. Since actually 2000. Yeah, since 2006, since when it dropped originally. And YouTube locked me out of my first two channels. They had about 11 million subscribers. This was back in the day. There was what I was we were putting out a lot of conscious information, was really pushing the collective consciousness. Some people will call it, conspiracy theories, because we were putting out all the information, you know. So when we were putting out all the information, well, things was fantastic. And then those two guys who created YouTube sold it to Google back in like 2000, I don't know, 2010 to 12. I can't remember the exact date. Then after that, next thing you know, it went from where you can get all the information, like the real information in the real world, you know what I mean? To now it's all, hey everybody, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Like yuck. You know what I'm saying? Like all this fraud stuff, yo. Shout out to Mr. Beast though. He got 11 milli right now, but we been did that. You know what I mean? But they paying now though. What? Oh my God, he's making bread. But that's his whole life though. Like his entire life is making YouTube videos. Like his whole life. I'm sorry. I like my life. I like meeting new people and all that. I appreciate that, Vibrant. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for dropping the Cash App. Anybody that wants to hit the Cash App, feel free. Definitely enjoyed. We're definitely gonna put it to good use. You know. So here's what's cool though. What's great about being YouTube is the fact that it really can become another stream of income. That's what's so fantastic about it. It could legit become another stream of income. You know, and like for instance, I rock with my people. Because even though there's not a lot of people in the chat, understand that there's people, the people that are watching still, they're just chilling. You know, they're probably at work. Since it could even be some, you know, some people who, you know what I mean, who thought they weren't my friend. But listen, I appreciate that you watching. You feel me? I appreciate that. Oh, see, she going, hey yo, Mello. She going over there. She's going over. She going to the hood right now, Mello. So just know, like, if the YouTube, if YouTube is a map, if it's a city, right now, she going to the hood. All right, she looking for some hood, some hood behavior. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's looking some for some action. You heard? You feel me? Know what I mean? She gonna find it too. Salute to you, pretty eyes. Yeah, soon we're gonna be outside. You know, I just needed to. I had to wait until the new year. You know what I mean? Oh, Mello, I'm serious. I'm serious, Mello. You know what I mean? Salute to you, Looney. You know what I mean? Me and Looney started off scratching too. Mello, listen, these ladies, listen, there's some of these YouTube streets that's, I'm talking about, like, remember 42nd Street in New York back in the day? You know what I'm saying? Man, woo! There's some of these streets. Might as well call it the red light district. You know what I mean? It's like back in the 80s. You know what I mean? When they was doing bass. They had the bass. They had the bass vials. You know what I mean? I'm keeping my channel completely G-rated, so if you're wondering why I'm not using certain languages, that's the reason why. Hello, people in the bushes. Yo, listen, Vibrant. The funny part is, you know, they have a saying, and it's so true, you know? The people that claim, like, that's supposed to be your ops or so claim they don't like you, they're your number one supporters. So I appreciate them specifically. Me personally, I really appreciate them watching. You know what I mean? And supporting. I really do. You know what I mean? We need them watch hours. So at the end of the day, I want y'all to make sure y'all hit the notification bell. That's super important. Make sure you hit the notification bell because I'm gonna be going live from, like, everywhere I'm at. You know, like, especially when Mellow Vibes, when she hit town. I don't know. Where you wanna go? What you be into, Mellow? Where you be going? You be going in, like, where you be in the campo? You be in the city? You go to the barrio? You like you know you like being the you like me? I'm bougie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm bougie. You understand? I like the city. I like nice restaurants. You know what I mean? That's why I like black women because they take care of you so good, and they like what I like, and they'll pick up the bill as long as you take care of them. You know what I mean? So that's all right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my black queen, all my black queens out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the kings. You feel me? I call my brother son because he shine like one. You know? All the melanated people out there. Salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on 2 hours. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how they be sitting on live for like 12, 13 hours. They got it. Oh, let me drop the other channel in the chat too. I'll be forgetting. So we got some more channels that we building up. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. KJ, what it do? You been at my dukes? Shout out to everybody jumping out, dropping out the clouds, yo, to say what's up. KJ in the building. What's the deal, my G? Vegan food. Yo, I'm trying to go vegan, Mellow. It's so difficult, though. Yo, giving up that fish? and that chicken. Yo, you know it. You know what? You know the vibes. You know us melanated people. They got us hooked on. They got us hooked on that dinosaur food. They dinosaurs. That's what birds are. They dinosaurs. You know. That's why chicken tastes like everything, because they're the last dinosaurs. You know. For sure. Peace, KJ. I'm dropping this right here. Make sure y'all subscribe to that channel. I'm serious, Sunkiss. It's so difficult. Make sure y'all subscribe to that real quick. Got some videos that be dropping on them. They're doing very well. Speaking of which, how'd that live do today? Yo, that's crazy. Everybody pulled up on that live, yo. That was crazy. The live was just me chilling. I just put the cell phone looking out at the water. And everybody went over there. It was just watching the water during the daytime. I was like, I gotta do that again. Yo, salute to everybody that ran off real quick to go, subscribe. I see, yo, you don't work this. Yo, shout out to y'all. Feel me? Y'all the truth. You know. So now here's what we're gonna do. Here's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to let me know. You know what I'm saying? For the fellas, I already know what y'all want. So I'm just talking to the ladies right now. Fellas, don't worry. I got y'all. I'm gonna make sure. There's a lot of Dominican women wanting to meet y'all, but they want to meet dudes that are not trying to sit around and just like drink all day. Now, don't get me twisted. They like, Dominican women, they could drink. Don't get it twisted. I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? So, but they could drink. But they also like to dance. They like to do things. They like to drink. Like they like to do things while they're drinking. Don't get it wrong. They will sit down and just drink some Presidentes when they don't got no money. But this is the reason. This is the thing that the guys are supposed to be understanding. If you coming from the States and you got bread, doggy, just act like you broke, but spend your money. Don't come over here acting like you got bread. Because let me explain something to you. No matter how broke she is over here, no matter if she lives in the hood, no matter if she looks like she don't got no bread, she has met someone who has a lot of money already. You understand? Listen, this is an international location. And if she hasn't met someone in that case, she got an uncle that's rich. Trust me. He live in the campo, got a big house. He got 40 acres. I'm telling you, don't just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's the key. I made 100 grand staying out of Sosua. Being myself. Introducing guys, telling them, yo, you know what I mean? Don't bug out. You know what I mean? Don't bug out. Don't act different. Be yourself. The difference is what will set you apart from the next person is that you're now exotic. You exotic. Imagine that. You exotic now, doggy. Yo, not only that, but listen. Nah, just listen to this. Listen to this. You exotic, bro. So all you gotta do is come around and if they wanna go out and bring their friends, don't be that weirdo and be like, I don't want to pay for your friends. What are you talking about? It's gonna cost you $40, $50. You know what I'm saying? You could buy listen, you could go to the club, you know what I'm saying? For her friends. Everybody drinking, everybody getting drunk. You could buy 4 bottles. You will spend $100. As long as you don't buy the stuff that you're gonna buy back home. So don't buy Ciroc. Please don't buy no Dom Perignon. Buy what the locals is drinking, the rum. That bottle's gonna be like 2,000 pesos, which is like $40, right? It'd be 2,500 pesos. You buy that, you get $50. You know what I'm saying? You buy 2 of those, you spend $100. You spend $100, and like 4 people got drunk. You, your girl, and like 2 of her friends. right? You want to be the dude that they like, yo, when he come around, we don't got to worry about we don't got to worry about paying nothing. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, you got to worry, oh, that's simping. What? It's only simping if you're broke, homie. You see what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is I'm talking about having a good time. Listen, I'm from Florida. I was born in New York, but I was raised in South Florida. All right, Broward County. That means Dade County. Miami was my stomping grounds, but I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. Do you understand what that means? That means that I grew up where spring break was not a week vacation. For me, spring break was a season. Fort Lauderdale Beach. Do you understand? When I grew up, there was something called MTV, and they would have their some yo. Let me explain something, okay? Let me explain something. Where I was living, they would have something called the Real World. Remember the Real World? Remember Road Rules? They used to pull up. They used to pull up all the time. Remember MTV? They had the Summer Beach House. Fort Lauderdale. You understand? Then they took over. Then they did it in Panama Beach. Telling you, yo, I grew up with beautiful women coming down all the time. You don't need a lot of money. You just gotta like, yo. If you know you gotta eat dinner every day anyway, what's the problem with somebody having dinner with you? That's weird to me that you guys is flipping out talking about yo. Now, don't get me twisted. I'm not. I'm definitely not advocating for you to be taking a female out who's literally just using you for food, and you guys. She has no interest of even being your friend, right? Where you only hear from her, like Thursday night, Thursday during the day, because Friday's about to hit and the weekend's about to come. Now I understand. There's a difference, but at the end of the day, when you come into the DR, it's a different thing. It's completely different, yo. Completely different. Yo, the females that be coming here, the black women that be coming here, the white women that be coming here, yo, they be players. They be coming over here because they got a little bread. What? They be finding themselves like a little papi chulo. You feel me? Oh man. They find themselves a little papi chulo, you know what I'm saying? They paying for the beer. They paying for the liquor. You see what I'm saying? No, I mean, but they kind of, but they get treated like the queen though. You know, they get treated like the president. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, y'all boys just gotta understand that. Listen. You gotta make sure that if you're going to have the best time here, here's what you do. Here's what you do. Make it simple for you. You don't spend money trying to impress somebody. You spend money having a good time and let other people share in that good time with you. You're going to win. That's a formula for success. Now, the one thing I will say here is you got to be careful because over here they really don't believe in contraceptives. So, you know what I mean, last thing you want to do, you know what I'm saying, is come single and leave as a baby daddy. You heard? Like, nah, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Be careful. You know what I mean? No, no, don't get it twisted. The ladies be coming over here too. They be leaving. Next thing you know, they having a little Dominican baby. You know what I'm saying? A little Haitian baby back home. I'm telling you, it's not just the guys. It's not just the guys. I'm telling you. I'm Sunkiss. This is for real. This is for real. All right? Now, me personally, I like American women. And the reason why I like American women specifically is because I like women who have money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love Dominican women. I love Haitian women, you know. Um, but for me personally, the ones that got money over here, oh my God, they're worse than the Americanized modern ladies back home. They're like they're way worse. They're way worse. Trust me. That's why when these guys come here, you never see them. If you notice, they never show you like the baddies. You know why? Because they can't afford them. They can't afford to even hang out with them. I'm telling you. You just go to all of the YouTube channels. You won't find no pretty girls that isn't working. You are? I'm telling you because they can't afford them, and the ones who can don't show them because they don't want to lose them. I'm serious. That's why I don't. That's the reason why I don't show them. Next thing I know, some freaking millionaire from freaking Sweden and freaking swoop in. You dig? I'm not competing with no Swedish millionaire. Nah, let him have you can have it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not competing with that. You know what I'm saying? Driving Mercedes that costs $100,000 here. Listen, depends on what you're looking for, KJ. Depends on the lifestyle. Depends on what it is that you're trying to do. You tell me what you do, what you want. I'll tell you where to stay. You tell me what kind of vacation you want to have. I'll show you how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just telling you, okay? All you gotta do is just Google it. Whenever you've done, just Google the Dominican Republic, and you will notice that these guys don't got no baddies because the baddies are dealing with real millionaires. Because the Dominican Republic and Haiti is not that big. This island is not that big. There's like 10 million people on this island. I mean, on the Dominican side. There's like 13 million altogether. How many baddies you think there really is for the entire planet? That is. You get what I'm saying? And don't let and when winter come, they disappear because this is when the snowbirds come. The dudes from Russia, the Swedes. You know what I mean? The Canadians. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you know what I mean? Your girlfriend is, she goes MIA. Yo, it happens, bro. It happens to the best of us. My favorite friends that I hang out with during a certain times of the year, I'd be like, listen, you go, you go get that bread. You know what I'm saying? You go get that money. I understand. You know what I mean? I am not jealous. When you're done, I will see you in March. All right? And we will spend that money together. Now you got money. Now you can buy me my chicken sandwich at SB's. That's you know what I'm saying? That's my favorite dish over there. The sushi over there is alright, but I like the chicken sandwich. It's just off the chain over there. You know what I mean? It's not in my diet. You know what I mean? It's that fried chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? With bad and all that, but it's delicious. They know what they're doing over there. You know? I'm serious. Yo, listen, guys. I'm gonna tell you. This one's like this one shorty, right? And I try to warn my homeboy. I'm like, listen, bro. I know you think, you know what I'm saying, you got it on lock, but it's summertime right now. Summertime is when they ain't. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you missed it, bro. You have no idea. You'll see when the live is done. You missed it, bro. This is just the end of the live. We just chilling now with the chat gang. You don't know how I do. But yeah, so listen. So we was over there, right? We're sitting there having a conversation. I'm like, bro, I know you think, you know what I'm saying, you got it like that, But let me be very clear. All right. As soon as Shorty get like, put it this way, the moment it starts getting cold in the north, she's gonna start getting cold with you, and she's gonna disappear, bro. He's like, nah, man, she's really feeling me, son. I'm like my guy. Yes, she's feeling you. Listen, she really loves you, but this ain't that. This is not back home. I'm telling you, she gonna dip out. You heard? She gonna flex because she gotta make her money for the year. As far now, she's not working. Let me not say it like that. It's not that she got her boyfriend is coming, like the real boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? The guy. You know what I'm saying? The guy who's paying her rent. You know what I mean? You're not paying her rent. You see what I'm saying? What do you think? Yo, how you think she got all this time to hang out with you? I mean, she got her own apartment. Like you're not paying her rent. You know what I'm saying? He's like, and he's talking about, yeah, because I ain't no simp. I'm like, all right, I hear you. So my guy, November hit. She ghosted him. He texting her. He pull up to her crib. The crib is locked. Now over here they have like these they have the gate. Like you know how like the bars, the gated bars on the door? So that was locked. Usually it was open. It was locked. She was nowhere to be found. I told you, cause she's up in La Romana, bro. You feel me? She's up in Punta Cana with her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But this is different. It's different out here, though, Sunkiss. It's different. There's no social services out here, Sunkiss. It's not like back home. You know what I mean? There's no like child support the way. Yo, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Nah. Yo, KJ, let me be clear. The only Dominican guy that's gonna be upset that you're there, right, is a Dominican guy who you're not friends with. Dominican guys will be your best friend. You know why? Because you gonna have the money for the presidentes. You understand? That whole they mad, the foreign guys. Listen, they're not because as much for every upper echelon baddie Instagram Dominican chick, there's 47s and 8s that are still back home in the hood, and these Dominican dudes are smashing left and right. You know what I'm saying? They just come with what they call like they have a liquor, right? It's a sweet wine. It's like what they use, what we would use to make sangria. Fuerte. They just pull up with that, or like a bottle of Dominican rum that's like 600 pesos. They smash them all day. See what I'm saying? They're not worried about all that. I'm telling you, they're not worried about you, yo. Yo, just listen. You gotta remember that the culture here, the Dominican dudes sometimes be dressing way more than the females be dressing up. You know what I'm saying? They live in the barbershop. They stay with a fresh edge. I'm telling you, you not listen. Stick to the girls that like black guys. All right? You try to compete with them dudes, you gonna get your feelings hurt. And then what's worse is you gonna get your feelings hurt when you realize that they making bread. You know what I'm saying? Now, they may not be making the same that you're making back home in the US, but when you actually factor in the difference of cost of living, they're actually making more than you because their cost of living is less. So if a dude is making $1,000 a month here, you like, oh man, he broke. I'm like, no, he not. That's 50,000 pesos. It's 52,000 pesos. Okay? He pays $7,000, 7,000 pesos for his apartment. Do you understand? Listen, let me be clear. He pays 7,000 pesos for his apartment. Okay? That leaves him with 45,000 pesos. He pays 1,000 pesos for his internet. He pays 2,000 pesos for the electricity. He's left with 40,000 pesos. That's 1,700 $1,700. Every 1,700 pesos he could just burn every day. A plate of food is 150, 200 pesos each. Plate of food. You get what I'm saying? So let's say he's spending 600. He could burn basically 1,000 pesos a day, bro. On 1,000 pesos a day, he winning. He finding whatever shorty that's available, yo. Then there's tons of them. So listen, the key is you come down, bro, and you just be KJ. Be KJ from the United States. KJ, where you from in the States? You just be that. See what I'm saying? You just be that. You be the KJ from the USA. See what I'm saying? You be that. I'm telling you. You win. Because yo, there's a lot of just remember the same like no matter where you go, people are into different things, yo. So you're gonna bump into a shorty that just who likes American guys because she's remember everybody has Netflix now, everybody has Wi-Fi now, everybody has TikTok. There's no like you're not gonna bump into a female who don't know nothing no more. Like even if you go way out into the sticks, you can go to the boondocks, you can go all the way in the middle of the jungle. They still got Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? So those days of finding a person who don't know what's going on, and you get to, you know what I'm saying? You get to no matter what little you do, they're like all impressed. Nah, bro, those are over. Those days is done. So it's two. Yo, we at the 2 hour mark. Salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out, but I'm a peel, man. I'm gonna go. I gotta go eat. We're gonna have a great time. I appreciate everybody in the chat family. Salute to y'all. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell because we're about to have a good time. About to be outside a lot more. You know what I mean? Gonna have a little bit more free time. You know, we got some things in the works. So y'all stay up. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all. I'm glad that y'all subscribe to the other channel. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Everybody knows who I am. I've been in these YouTube streets. Even if y'all know the battle rap world, they know me too.
Round two, Caribbean Casanova. Salute, salute.